Welcome to the Mindfulness Broadcast. So with that, I'm going to get us going. And this morning, I have a big smile on my face because it's not that I'm delusional. I know the world is actively in crazy mode. It's because I am just choosing it. And I wanted to share that with you this morning in our practice. I think so often when we come together in this space and really when we lean into mindfulness practices, we're doing it through that lens of like, oh, how to manage difficult situations and difficult feelings and difficult emotions and high stress levels. And all of those are so true. And mindfulness is such an amazing tool for that. It reminds us that it is temporary, that we can be present with that we have many places where we have some power and control of how we're in relationship with those things. And mindfulness can be such a powerful tool in leaning into joy and happiness and laughter, because that is also temporary. And it is also a place that we can learn to be present in, and that we can have places of power and control in those moments. And it reminds us that that is true also. So over here is pain and confusion and all sorts of things happening. And there are also ridiculous, funny things happening as well. And there are wonderfully, beautifully things happening as well. And this one can pull our whole attention, where it's what we see, it's what we focus on, it's what we think about. So mindfulness can be a tool to remind us there's this whole other thing happening over here that we can train ourselves to turn to, even with this happening. It's not about avoiding it. It's going, yes. And also, here's something ridiculous and funny, and let me fill myself with neurotransmitters of joy and connection. And it makes me be in a different relationship with this over here. You know, it's kind of like a release valve, if you will. So I've got more resiliency to deal with this over here. So we're going to watch a funny video that I think is funny this morning, because I have one of the things that is true about me is that I have a lot of issues getting rid of my kids' artwork over the years. And my partner likes things to be cleaned and dealt with. And so I take these piles of ridiculous kid art and I shove it places so that he does not find them and throw them away. And we had our carpets cleaned last week. And so I had to get those because I'd shoved them under dressers and under chairs and things, so he wouldn't clean out the area. And so I was going through the kid art and just laughing at their versions of trees and animals. And then I, of course, because, you know, all the devices are watching and listening, I got this on my feed and I laughed so hard. So I'm going to share it with you. It's a short 2-minute video. There might be, sometimes YouTube puts in ads. If we get to an ad, I'll quickly skip it as soon as I can. And then I will guide us through a practice. But I want to just get the feeling going, because this is also real. All of this too is real. So let me press share. Give me just a moment here. And
a long time ago, I saw a drawing that my son Dominic had done. He was 6 at the time. It was of a strange looking animal and there's no real magic in it. I just remember looking at it thinking, yeah, it's kind of good, isn't it? And all parents kind of look at their kids' pictures and go, oh wow, well, isn't it brilliant that they're being creative? And I thought, yeah, but it doesn't really look like that. Does he really think it looks like that? And anyway, I just kind of came up with this idea that, well, maybe it is exactly how it looks like. It was kind of a cat, I think. And then I just decided to take to Photoshop. I knew a bit of Photoshop, and I thought, well, maybe I will imagine the world as if the things kids draw are actually real. So that's exactly what I did. So it was kind of a simple idea, really, but obviously became something much bigger. Process takes 10, 15, sometimes 20 hours. People kind of think that's absolutely ridiculous. I really enjoy the process, and I kind of feel like the kids' drawings deserve that love and attention that I give them. I get a lot of enjoyment from doing it. I get sent tons of pictures from all over the world. Proud parents of little artists all over the world. The thing about things I've drawn, it's kind of got a universal appeal. Everyone kind of likes animals, happy animals, and a lot of people like kids' drawings. He's obviously popular in many different countries. Got some particularly kind of famous ones, really. A horse that I did. I think it became known as an internet meme, the Haunts. It's become so important to me that I am, even in just a very, very small way, encouraging kids to pick up a pencil and draw. The more voices that we've got out there in the world that are encouraging kids to draw, I think the better.
All right. Finding, seeking, and putting joy and happiness in front of you as you have a life full of this. You also have a life full of this. And we can go visit it because it's temporary. It also is fleeting. And so we can use the same skill set we have to dwell over here to learn to also dwell and sit in the happy moments and the connectedness and the joy and the laughter. So with that, let's close our eyes or take a soft gaze and just find your breath this morning. Land in your body. And just notice, observe if you found that funny. What's present for you in your body? For me, I'm finding I've got a smile on my face. I feel the joy in my chest. And certainly you don't have to have had that same experience, but if you did, just notice it. What's present for you? Allow your breath to deepen, filling your belly, softening that area, a place we often hold tight or suck in, and just allow it to loosen and expand. Exhaling slowly, and doing that a few more times, and then just landing in your normal breathing pattern. And this morning, I want you to think about something that brings you joy. It doesn't mean all the heaviness isn't there also. We're going to bring our attention over to just something that is funny, something that makes you smile. It might be a sound, a joke, a memory. And allow yourself to just go into that experience. So imagining the details, the sounds, the sights. Lingering in that for a while. Just observing and noticing the whole experience. And then saying to yourself something like, that was so funny, or brings me so much joy to think about that. That was really a great experience. Kind of like a bookend, telling yourself, reminding yourself of the joy that it brought you. Maybe even giving yourself permission to purposefully seek out joy and laughter, connection, humor, absurdity, ridiculousness. Our jobs can be so serious. Our lives right now can be so serious. The stakes are high. And sometimes we might get lost in that and need to remind ourselves that within it, it's okay to go put yourself in the way of humor, to purposefully seek it out. We are in a world of algorithms, and we are naturally drawn to the negative. And so suddenly our whole feed, if you're in a social media setting, can be that of problems and negativity. And it's important to know, to be aware, but we can also linger a little longer on the things that bring us joy and humor and create algorithms that feed us in that way. So as we close, I want you to think about, how can I find, create, I put the word find in quotations. How do we create more joy, more humor, more laughter? Just to observe your landscape internally before we open our eyes and think about, where can I do this? How can I do this? With whom can I do this? Where can I purposefully insert a few good chuckles into my day? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you laugh. I hope you laugh. Be well, everyone. Thanks.